chilly today. If you want to know where we are, we're in Helensburgh. Helensburgh is either on the Clyde or on the edge of the Gale Loch, depending on what you prefer. And although it's sunny, the wind is cutting. I'm guessing you can't hear too well, because I'm having difficulty charging and having my Bluetooth mic working at the same time, so I'm afraid I'm on to charging without the Bluetooth mic, so apologies for that. If you want to see who the inventor of television was, let's over and meet the gentleman here. Here's the guy, and this is where he came from. He's lost his glasses, unfortunately. That's John Logie Baird, a bust of John Logie Baird. I'm assuming it's bronze. Can you hear that? Yep, it's bronze. Bronze bust of John Logie Baird, native of this town, which is Helensburgh, and he invented television, or at least he invented one form of it. He was born in 1888, died 1946. Just 6 years before I was born. You need no candle, it says. I wonder if people are expected to toot their horn as they go past John Logie Baird. Happened twice, or maybe it's just when people are trying to video it. Anyway, that's what it says. This was erected by his friend J. Arnold Fleming. That was nice. That's a lovely profile. John Logie Baird, inventor of television. And what else does it say about it on the other side? Ah, Miss Happy, thank you for commenting, that's great. Where are you commenting in from? That says unveiled by his sister and his son Malcolm. Yeah, so now you've seen the man who invented television, and this is where he came from. And that's the kind of view that the venerable gentleman, there he is, and this is what he's looking out on. Over to the Clyde, River Clyde, Clyde estuary, and up there is Gale Loch, which comes into the edge of the Clyde. Ah, oh man, oh excellent. Hi Mark, thank you very much. Yeah, I'll show you him again. Mark, there he is, John Logie Baird, inventor of television. And he came from Helensburgh. Yeah, we can both do a live at the same time. Yeah. This is Scot of Scots Land Channel over there. Look up Scots Land Channel. There's excellent of history. And Glasgow, anything Glasgow and anything Scottish history wise. He's your man. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Just walking along towards another monument for another famous Scot. I'm sure all these things have got arguments, and people say, oh, that's not the proper form of television or whatever, but it certainly was one that worked way back. Absolutely. And along here there's a kind of pointer going skyward, you see, just beside that church tower there.
Do you know, I just got through random stuff I've said to my viewers, why Helensburgh's called Helensburgh? Because James Cahoon of Luss, because the Cahoons own the Luss area.
Right.
The Cahoons, that's their clan territory, is up that water on the side. James Scot in like the 1800s, early to mid 1800s, basically bought this land. He bought this land and went, right, he put an advert out, goes, I want people to come here, build, do what you need to do, and him get money back in effect for it. The Helensburgh is named after his wife, Lady Helen.
Okay.
It went through some other name changes and stuff, but they run with Helen. It wasn't until 1818 that George III made it a royal borough, which is why you've got Helensburgh.
Okay, so it's...
But the Cahoons, James and Helen, never stayed here. They stayed in their clan territory of Luss.
Right, I see.
There's probably Cahoons here, and that's cool, that's for life. But he bought the land.
Yeah.
And I think there's only like, the current 30,000 people, I think, are in Helensburgh just now. Basically when it's kind of new towns, come to this area because we need to prosper, and I think it's kind of that
Right.
sort of situation.
Cool.
James Cahoon and his wife.
Thank you very much for liking the video, folks, by the way. That's very nice. One like already. Now this big pointing thing here, made of granite by the looks of it, is for another famous Scot who hails from Helensburgh. Now we know that James Watt did the steam engine thing, didn't he? Invented the steam engine, but in order to introduce it into boats, as opposed to into trains, it took this guy here, Henry Bell, erected in 1872 to the memory of Henry Bell, the first in Great Britain who was successful in practically applying steam power for the purposes of navigation. Born in the county of Linlithgow in 1766, died in Helensburgh. So he came from Linlithgow, well, in the county of Linlithgow. That's over the other side of the country. Well, there you go. So that's his monument. I can't remember what the boat was. Do you remember? Did you come across the name of the ship?
It was the Comet.
Comet. Yeah, the Comet. Look up the Comet. Look up Henry Bell. Henry Bell Comet. C-O-M-E-T. Well done. Well remembered. When you said it, I did remember it. I recalled it. It was there somewhere. Yeah, I'll bet there are a few trial and errors about a number of explosions and sunk boats, who knows what. Yeah, I quite like Helensburgh. Has its charity shops. It's also got its Weatherspoons. Leisure centre. What we've actually done today, already done a walk. We walked from Balloch at the bottom of Loch Lomond and we walked over to here, all the way over the hills to here. And it's been very mixed weather. My goodness, we've had sunshine like this, we've had freezing cold wind and hailstones battering down on us with a shelter under the stump of an uprooted tree. It's been quite wild. Cold at times, hot at times, very steep. But yeah, thank goodness we parked further up on the John Muir Way. There's a tiny little car park where the John Muir Way comes over from Balloch and comes to the road, one of the main roads up there. So we left the car at that end this morning and drove back to Bala to start the walk. But yeah, it's a good walk over, it's quite nice. There was a live stream that I did from a viewpoint right at the top overlooking Loch Lomond once we got up there. So have a look at my live streams for today. And you can have a look at what it was. It was chilly up at the viewpoint, to be honest. Especially because it got slightly wet from the hailstones, some of which melted on us. But it was fabulous. Made up this morning, just up the street. Where did we go? Which street was it? Not that one. Over at the faraway lights. If you carry on up there, there's a brilliant National Trust for Scotland building called the Hill House. It's a Rennie Mackintosh designed building, which wasn't designed very well. And actually from here I can see, probably can't see it, but zoom in anyway, just in case you can. A lot of noise when I zoom in without the Bluetooth mic. See a brown sign somewhere there? There's a brown sign leading up, pointing up towards the Hill House. It's a fabulous building and it's been covered. The amazing thing about it now is it's been covered in what looks a bit like chain mail. A metal roof put over the whole building, so it's almost like being put in a box of chain mail walls. It's quite astonishing to actually visit when it's like that. I would keep it that way forever, but they had to cover it in order to protect it from the kind of weather that blows in from here. The house was dissolving, they said. Dissolving like an aspirin was the phrase they used. So it had to be protected, otherwise it was just going to fall to bits. And it's quite a nice old building, and it's Rennie Mackintosh design, so it had some value historically or artistically from that. Yeah, if you're in the area, visit the Hill House. It was owned by the Blackies, a family of printers. The business was based in Edinburgh. When I was a kid, a lot of our school books and reading books were published by Blackies. And when you go to the Hill House, you'll find a lot of the rooms are just the same as if the family had just left. And that includes piles of school books and storybooks, and a lot of them are from Blackies. I think the Blackie family had a couple of girls who didn't mix much with the locals apparently. They made all their entertainment was homemade up the road. I wonder what that was for. Great solid chunk of wood. Actually, although it's sunny, I'm actually shivering a bit here. I think I'm going to try to zip up jackets and things. Excuse me a second while I put you down. I'll let you look at the ceiling, the sky for a second.
Yes, we did a hike today. Just brilliant. Rain and hail and sun came out, we had lunch and stuff. That's what happened in Scotia as well, but just with the such things like that. sun and
if you like looking in shop windows, let me know and I'll let you see in 1 or 2 of ours. Well, I never even got his hot cross bun. If you've just arrived new to the channel, leave a quick chat message, tell me where you're looking in from. And if you can hear, I'm afraid I haven't got my radio, my Bluetooth mic in, so audio might be a bit iffy, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Not much to see.
Go back, see some of this back down the main road and
Yeah, why not?
show them the old train station and stuff as well. And yeah. The sun has come out, isn't this
It's
grand?
great, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Cool, isn't it? An old-fashioned look to it. Slinkies, remember the Slinky? have a wander up the other side of the street for a change. That's my kind of garden. A nice bit of wildness in there. I love that. Very good for wildlife, isn't it? It'll be full of insects and bugs of all sorts. Lovely. I'm assuming that the sound is pretty rough. Maybe you can confirm that for me. Anybody listening in? If the sound is very rough, please let me know. I may try and put my Bluetooth mic back in. It is a nice street, isn't it? Wouldn't it be good to have that kind of view when you come out of your house in the morning? Oh, I got 2 likes already. That's very nice. Thank you very much for the likes. Likes are appreciated. And that church, I think, is an Episcopalian church. Episcopalian Church of Scotland. Fabulous building, isn't it? I wonder how the stained glass is. I don't expect it's open. Shall we go and try the door? Let's try the door. This is called. You see that? St. Michael and All Angels. The Scottish Episcopal Church is a sister church of the Church of England in the province of the Anglican Communion. Yeah. You should have a look at some of my videos on the Covenanters. I've done a number of them. Have a look at the Covenanters. The Covenanters were a group of Scottish Protestants who were against Episcopalianism. So they were categorically against that church because that church has a system of bishops, and they were dead set against having bishops. Oh, it's open. The Scot wants to come in. Let's tell him. If it's open, would you like to see inside an Episcopalian church? Open. Oh, take my hat off as a mark of respect. People. That's very nice. And it's open or just that. Maybe this door's open. Very daring of them to have it. It's open still. And this is the Church of St Michael and All Angels, Helensburgh. And quite a beautiful church it is too. Amazing, that was great, that was a good find. I do like to find a church. I'm not religious, but I do like to find a church. Sorry. Tilting all over the place there. On, yeah, we're still on. Still on. On, yeah, we're still on. Still on. Good. Okay, we've just been to St Michael and the Angels, All Angels Church. had a look inside. I'll put that in a video as well. I think it's too nice not to put in a video. Absolutely lovely, lovely church. Episcopalian denomination, which is kind of affiliated to the church and has been for 300 to 400 years. I'm just going to use my camera to do a video of the outside of it, because I hadn't done that. So, Church of St Michael and All Angels. Good church, yeah, something worth dropping into as well if you're visiting Helensburgh, whether you're religious or not. I'm not, but I do enjoy these places of worship. There's a nice calmness about them. Beautiful.
Look at some of these, look at the cherry blossom up there as well. This wee splash of colour there, it's really nice.
Princess Street, not Princess Street, Edinburgh, but Princess Street, Helensburgh.
Welcome. You guys are welcome to move on.
That's what we want. Active aging. Well, I'm beginning to feel as if it's coffee o'clock. We did have lunch up a hill overlooking Loch Lomond from a viewpoint, but that was a couple of hours ago. Another church, quite plain. And if you have a look down there, oops, where are we? Lost signal. Lost signal, almost. Let's try again.
That's showing Logie Baird's cinema on your left hand side there.
Oh yeah. What, the white?
The white sort of Art
Okay,
Deco
yeah.
building. So you've got John Logie Baird building on the left, and you've got your Henry Bell monument and your Henry Bell pub on the right.
Ah, there you go.
If you go to Cahoon Square, you're still good.
Yeah, still rolling. Nobody looking in. Oh, I've got two people looking in. One of them's you possibly, but two. Can't be you.
No.
Two people looking in. Thanks very much for looking in, folks. Don't forget to click me a little like before you go. We're in Hillsborough today. Struggling with this phone today on live streaming. That's a bit better for me. How's that for you? Yeah. We're in James Street, just